there are so many smartphones in the budget price segment right now. And to add one more, Motorola has come up with the Moto G 3rd generation. Well, is the Moto G enough to blow up the competitors? Let's find out. So Motorola has launched two different variants of the Moto G. One which costs 12,000 rupees, then the other one which costs 13,000 rupees. The only difference is in the storage and the amount of RAM that you get. On the higher one you get 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. But on the lower one you get 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal storage. So I would recommend you to get the higher variant, since you just have to pay 1,000 rupees extra to double the amount of RAM and the storage. Moving on to the actual phone, and it is pretty well built. And that is what we can expect from a brand like Motorola. On the front we have the earpiece, 5 megapixel front facing camera, proximity sensor and a 5-inch 720p display covered with Gorilla Glass 3, and the main speaker. On the back we have the 13 megapixel camera with dual LED flash and the Motorola dimple. The back is actually textured, which makes it grippy and doesn't let it slip out of your hand. And in addition to that, you can also remove the back cover, and underneath we get 2 SIM card slots and a microSD card slot which supports microSD up to 32 GB. And if you place the back cover correctly, the Moto G is IPX7 certified. That means the Moto G can be immersed in water for 30 minutes and up to 3 feet. The sides of the Moto G does look like metal, but it is plastic. All the buttons are situated on the right side, and the power button is textured just like the Nexus 6. Overall, the build quality of the Moto G is great and it is a solid phone. And speaking of the 5-inch 720p display, it is not much improved from last generation. But still, it is sufficient enough to provide deeper contrast, natural colors and pretty good viewing angles. Although you can see pixels if you are looking for them. The sunlight visibility was pretty good. Anyway, the thing which is improved from last generation is the camera. The Moto G 3rd generation is having a 13 megapixel sensor, the same sensor that was used in the Nexus 6. Although we still don't get 4K or image stabilization, but the camera is improved a lot. I have a separate video for the camera review of the Moto G, which will be linked down below in the description. And to keep it short here, the camera is pretty sharp and produces natural colors, but the camera UI is not that great. It can record videos up to 1080p and the video quality is good. The front facing camera is good enough to take pictures and upload on your social networks. The Moto G is powered by a Snapdragon 410 chipset, which makes people think that the performance should not be great. But the Moto G is ready to prove them wrong. Even after having Snapdragon 410, the Moto G was able to perform seamlessly. In the period of 10 days since when I'm using the phone, I never faced any issue of lag or stuttering, thanks to the stock Android experience. And just to let you know, there were no issues in multitasking or switching through apps, which you might get if you buy the 1 GB RAM variant. And also there were no issues playing heavy games apart from some minor frame drops, but overall it was handling them pretty well. And it never heated up while playing heavy games. It was getting little warm but never crossed 42 degrees Celsius. Apart from that, the Moto G comes with some cool features like double chop to turn on the flash or double twist to open the camera, which are pretty useful. We don't get any physical LED notification light, but in replace what we get is the Moto display, which lights up when you get any notification or any missed call or anything, and shows up on your lock screen in unique black and white format. Well, apart from that, the call quality was excellent and there were no issues in network reception. And the front firing speaker is just a mono speaker, but it sounds way better than any other rear facing or down facing speaker. The audio was clear and pretty loud. Here's a quick demo of the same. The audio quality from the 3.5mm audio jack was excellent too. At last, the Moto G is powered by a 2470 mAh battery and the battery life was awesome. It was able to give me the screen on time of almost 4:30 to 5 hours, With moderate to heavy usage, it can last for one full working day without any issue. And for light users, it can even last till the next breakfast. But the problem I have here is the charging time. It takes almost 2.5 hours to 3 hours to full charge the phone. I even tried some fast chargers but nothing worked out. So these were my points on the Moto G 3rd generation. So should you get the Moto G? Definitely, if you are looking for an all-rounder with good battery life, good camera, good build quality and a decent price, you should get the Moto G. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, do hit the like button below and subscribe for more videos like this. Again, this is Jitain signing off. See you in the next video.